we continue our celebration of the Timberwolves radio network. Tonight, we honor our full season affiliate in Rochester, 1520 KOLM. Joining us from Town Square Media, Scotty Matthews. You may know him as the afternoon host on KROC in Rochester. Scotty, a huge Minnesota sports fan. We're very happy to have you down here.
Glad to be here.
And very excited to have Town Square Media as a part of the Timberwolves radio network.
Thrilled to be here. It's kind of cool to see behind the scenes for once. You know, you always listen on the radio and kind of wonder what it's all about. Once you get in here, see about the guts and everything behind the mic, it's really cool.
Well, we haven't even taken you down to our NBA Tonight studios. You're getting the high-class tour up here. Scotty's going to be joining us a little bit more to talk about the impact of basketball in the Rochester community, talk some Timberwolves as well, and try and maybe get a prediction for you tonight for the Wolves and Wizards game. So, Scotty, looking forward to it.
Absolutely happy to be here.
All right, that's Scotty Matthews again of our full-season affiliate, 1520 KOLM in Rochester. All right, still to come on the tip-off show, John Wall, Karl Anthony Towns, a couple of former Cats doing battle here tonight. We'll talk about that next on the Northland Ford Dealer Timberwolves Radio Network.
The most important thing is for us is, get out, rebound, play D. It's just trying to pick up your pick-and-roll defense because everybody do things a little bit different.
All right, that is Wolves head coach Sam Mitchell talking about the newest addition to this Timberwolves team. Greg Smith signed to a 10-day contract today. Smith, 25 years old. He played 16 games with the Raptors' 905 squad in the NBA D-League this season, averaging 12 points on 51% shooting, pulling down 8 rebounds as well. Has spent parts of 4 seasons in the NBA with the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks. We're joined right now by Scotty Matthews from our full-season affiliate, 1520 KOLM in Rochester. And Scotty, Minnesota, this was a move they needed to make here. Karl Anthony Towns, Gorgui Dieng, the guys have been playing a ton of minutes, 35 and 36 respectively. The production has been there, but at some point, you got to take those guys out for a rest.
Yeah, exactly. Got to give them time to get a breather, get them strong for the fourth quarter for a push to hopefully finish a game for a W. And it's just really important to let these young kids, not only play the game, get their minutes in, but let them observe and see how it's done.
Yeah, and how funny to think of Greg Smith finding out yesterday that the Minnesota Timberwolves were interested. He was delayed at the airport due to a snowstorm in Toronto. Finally made it here, took the physical this morning, went through a walkthrough this afternoon, and then it's, hey, by the way, you're going to be out there, and you're going to play tonight against a team that is one of the best teams since the All-Star break. Could you imagine, trying to wrap your mind around that over a 24-hour
I'm sure half
span?
of that was deciding what number to choose on the back of his jersey, but yeah, it's going to be fun to see him out there play a little bit.
All right, so Scotty Matthews again joining us from our full-season affiliate, 1520 KOLM in Rochester. There's a great basketball community, Scotty, in
Absolutely.
Rochester, and right now as we look ahead to section finals and the state tournament coming up, some excitement surrounding one of the squads, Rochester John Marshall.
Absolutely. They're the 2 seed. They're going to be playing Lakeville North this Friday night, so we're excited to see them advance. The Lakevilles have always kind of given John Marshall a problem come tournament time, so it's kind of fun for them to beat Lakeville South this past Saturday, so they're very excited to hopefully take down the Titan in their minds in Lakeville North.
And there have been some great players to come out of Rochester. I think back to when I was working in Albert Lee and getting to call games against some of the Rochester schools, Longer, who came out and played at a high Division I level, and there's just been a number of players that have risen through the ranks in Rochester and gone on to great things, and so the community gets a chance to see these guys at a young age, and some of the stations in the area also get to cover these guys as if they were, professional athletes the way the broadcasts go.
Definitely. When we get behind all players, doesn't matter what school they come from, which colors they wear, but some of the bigger names coming right now, especially with the John Marshall squad, is the Hurt brothers, Michael and Matthew, and Michael's going to be actually being fortunate to wear the maroon and gold. He's been recruited to play Richard Pitino, so we might get to see him sooner than later, but his younger brother Matthew is just tearing it up. He's a freshman, 15-year-old kid, 4 inches taller than his big brother, so he's tearing it up, 30 points a game. He can dunk. Just a monster. It's fun to watch.
We actually saw both those guys up here in the Timberwolves shootout earlier this year, and they both put together pretty impressive games. As just basketball in the community continues, with all the different high schools, I imagine there is a great youth program as well that brings these guys up and grooms them for the high school level. And I know last year when we talked to Rich Peterson, that was one of the things that he talked about is youth basketball being a huge part of the community.
I had an opportunity to coach with the YMCA NBA, and great programs through that building as well. And it's just a ton of fun to see the kids get so enthusiastic when they grab the basketball and team them up with the kids and everything. We have lots of tournaments in town, too. So it's an ongoing all-year-round thing for our basketball community in Rochester.
All right, so once again, we're joined by Scotty Matthews, joining us from our full-season affiliate, 1520 KOLM. And the Minnesota Timberwolves and the relationship that they have with Mayo Clinic, they seem to be, very, I guess, prominent in the city of Rochester. What does Minnesota Timberwolves basketball on your station mean to the community?
Oh, just a whole lot. I mean, you just say the name Mayo, Mother Mayo. It means a whole lot within Rochester. I mean, that's the heartbeat and the backbone within the city. So just to be associated with, the Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's just a huge honor for the city.
All right, so still to come, we're going to get a prediction from Scotty as we get you set for the Wolves and Wizards. Real quick, though, we'll get your thoughts on this current crop of Minnesota Timberwolves. Young guys going through the process of learning how to win games in the NBA. What stands out through the first 50 games of the season in your mind?
Just how incredible Karl-Anthony Towns looks. He looks comfortable out there. He's getting a ton of minutes. Coach trusted him, and playing along with Andrew Wiggins, it's going to be fun chemistry to see as it grows season by season. Hope to keep those two together a long time.
And I should say 60 games, 19 and 41 are the Timberwolves coming into play tonight. Welcome back to the Northland Ford Dealer Tip-Off Show. John Folke with you here. Wolves and Wizards coming up just past the top of the hour. Welcome back in. Scotty Matthews, who joins us from our full-season affiliate 1520 in KOLM, Rochester. And Scotty, we were talking earlier about some of the boys' high school basketball teams, but girls' basketball having a very successful season as well.
Absolutely. All four Rochester schools, in fact, are still in the tournament. Lourdes, we got Mayo, Century, John Marshall. In fact, John Marshall, Mayo, and Century, they all play tonight. So tip-off should be coming up here in a couple more minutes, so we're definitely rooting those girls on. Mm-hmm. Mayo and Century actually playing each other, too, so somebody's got to win.
And then we also talked a little bit about some folks from Rochester making some news. Sports Center Top 10 in Austin, Minnesota. Tell me this story real quick.
Absolutely. Oman is the young man's name, and he sunk a full-court buzzer beater to win the game. There was a free throw shot. He got the rebound and chucked it the length of the court, and it went in.
That was awesome. I saw that.
It was just awesome.
Our stats guy, Super Dave Hanlon, is from Austin, and he was distraught after somebody posted that vine. All right, we got to wrap up real quick. Wolves and Wizards tonight. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Wolves, but it's going to be a close game. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have another double-double. Wiggins probably chipping about 18 or so. I think the Wolves are going to pull out another W, get their 20th win of the season. All
right, that would be the 6th straight against Washington here at Target Center as well. Scotty, thanks so much for coming up, and thanks to Town Square Media for everything that they do for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Thanks for having me and my family.